Hi everyone, Gina Kraft, District Instructional Technology Coach. I wanted to show you a tool that is integrated into Schoology that is really great that we were probably going to start using a little bit more often, and that is the ability to create rubrics and then attach those rubrics to assignments or different assessments. It makes it really quick and easy to grade. You can use it across content areas, across grade levels, and so I want to show you how to create these. I would recommend that you create these in your resources. There are a couple of different places that you can create these. You could create them directly in courses, but if you create it in your resources, it's going to be easier to pull from them and add them to your courses. So I've actually created a rubrics collection so I could put all of them in one place. You don't have to do this, but if you would like to, you just create a new collection. You can go up here to the My Resources and click that little box, and then you would name it Rubrics. And then hit create. I've already created it, so I'm not going to create another one. But then this is where you would be able to store all of those different rubrics. So I'm going to go to add resources once I'm in my rubrics collection and go down to add rubric. I'm going to go ahead and entitle this practice rubric. And then we have a couple of other options here. So we have your criteria, your grading scale, and your point values. I'm going to go ahead and add a title. You can create whatever criteria you want. So maybe this is grammar, and my description is uses proper English with little to no error. And so then from here, you're able to kind of adjust the point values and the description. You can also add more categories. When you do that, it kind of looks like, oh, now I can't see everything. But if you just use your finger and you can scroll on your screen, it'll give you the ability to then be able to see all of your areas. So you can change, maybe this needs to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I can see that that's going to tally this category to 5. Maybe I want this to be goes above and beyond expectations. So I can edit that as well. If I decide I don't want that anymore, I can just click the X in the right corner, and then it'll go back down. So it's really easy to add and to delete other things. You could also create your rubric by tagging specific learning objectives. So I'm going to go down to this learning objective. I'm going to go to my custom learning objectives. Actually, I'm going to go to my Common Core. You go to ELA, just going to select 7th grade, language, since we're talking about that grammar. Okay, so I could also tag these specific learning objectives, and if you look at my rubric in the background, you're going to see that when I click on one of these, it automatically made that category for me, and I can see that it is highlighted in green. I'll click this one, I'm going to click this one, and then I'll add those learning objectives, and it automatically has tagged that objective with the description that goes along with that objective. If there are any of these that you feel like you can't really be excellent at this, or satisfactory at this, it doesn't make sense, you can, for each specific one, you can kind of modify how many categories you have. So if you are like, okay, there's either good or like needs improvement, like that's it. You can just adjust those to whatever you want, and then you could change those point values as well. So once I have everything in here that I would like to have, I'm going to go ahead and hit create. And I better entitle this something different. Let's do practice rubric 2, since I just noticed I already have a practice rubric. So that way it's easy for me to find. Once I have this, I'm going to go ahead and add this rubric to my course. So I'm going to click the little cogwheel. I'm going to click add to course. And then I'm going to select which course I want this to go to. I'm going to go into this course, and then I'm going to check the box and hit add. So now I'm going to be able to have that course within, that rubric within my course. I'm going to go to that course. So now that I'm in my materials, I'm going to be able to add that rubric specifically to a material. So I'm just going to go to add materials. I'll just say that it's an assignment. I'm going to make this practice ELA rubric assignment. And I could attach my Google Drive assignment. I'm just going to find this one and I'm going to attach that. You can adjust your points, you can adjust your categories, but then this is where you're going to be able to attach a rubric. It says Scalar Rubric. You're going to be able to click that drop down and scroll down. I know mine is at the very, very end. Select that, and then you can see it automatically changed my point value for me as well. You can show your rubric to your students so that way they can see what they're going to be graded on. If for some reason you don't want them to be able to see that, then you can unclick that box. We keep mine checked, and then you hit create. So now this assignment is going to be attached to your rubric. Now, one thing to note is that if you change your rubric within your resources, it will not change in your courses, because essentially what you've done is you've created a copy of your rubric and imported that into your courses. So if you make any changes within your rubric and your resources, it will not change the copy that you already made in your courses. So this could be a really great tool for you to use. It'll make grading a lot quicker. It's a lot more efficient. And I think it gives the students that immediate feedback that they're really looking for and the parents are looking for. And so this might be a helpful tool for you to use.